Will this be a waffle run? Only one way to find out. I'll catch up with a couple of subs, by the way. Hexit, thanks for the prime sub. Hexit says, had to drop by and drop a sub. I was stuck 4 or 5 ascensions below the rest with Watcher, but have improved greatly thanks to the vids. Heck yeah. How's it going, Cry the Wind? I will give another shout out to the Discord and the specifically Discourse channel in the Discord. If you're looking for ways to help the relief efforts in Turkey after the recent tragedy there, we do have a link for providing support. Mr. Bruno says, can a seeded run be used to get an ascension level? I do not believe so. I don't think you can get achievements or ascension levels by using a seed or by using custom mode. Fernick Shell, thanks for 7 months. Soulfur, thanks for 29 months. And ToasterX42, thanks for 2 months as well. I am a sucker for 250 gold starts, and wow, there are shops galore here. I'm also thinking we should do boss swap on Ironclad a bit more often. How's it going, 039? There will definitely be some more slice and dice in our future. I was tempted to play today. Maybe we will. So I kind of announced Monster Train. At minimum, we'll play it by tomorrow. Definitely want to get back to that game. Such a delight. Good to see Sneaky Teak's been playing it, too. Give a shout out to Sneaky Teak. Currently playing Slice and Dice. And a delightful, wonderful, wonderful guy. Very, very friendly, welcoming community. Took 10 tries for hard. I can believe it. I can definitely believe it. We breezed through that first run with an overpowered combo. But like I said, if I go back to hard and play it, I expect that I'll lose. At least some of the time. What game did I mention that Jorbs was getting back into? Jorbs started a new save file in Monster Train. And he's been playing a ton of Monster Train. So I've been very cool to see that game getting a little bit more presence on Twitch. Speaking of, this is one of the runs that is progressing towards our Monster Train inspired Slay the Spire Mastery challenge, where we have to defeat the heart in Slay the Spire with essentially every different card in the game. We're tracking which cards we've accomplished this with using a spreadsheet linked there in Twitch chat. But the point is to force me to use all of the different cards in the game, even the underutilized, underpowered ones. In my opinion, I had to make it in duplicate just to make it more interesting. Otherwise, it would be too easy to just grab one copy of a card, not play it, and call it a day. But I decided it has to be 2 copies. That way I'm reasonably forced to actually use the card to do something if I want to be able to win. And it makes the curses super spicy. Third option month. I could get behind that. Third option, taking the downside is sometimes it's okay, but oof, it can go bad for you. I really do like 250 gold starts. I feel like there's some of the most diverse starts in the whole game. Plus, how do you master a curse if you don't at least start with 1? This is a completely bad draw, even without the presence of injury. Just us bricking against cultists. We're definitely going to have to skip a defend here. Don't make no illusions that you can play strike, strike, defend, or bash, defend on this turn. It has to be bash, strike for sure. And unfortunately, we're one off from killing with 3 strikes now. And we'll still be off from killing with either 3 strikes or with bash strike, unless I play an additional strike here. So we'd better take another hit. Okay, we caught up in damage and we win. Not the greatest start, but we get 20 gold, very nice. And we're offered a perfected strike, which is definitely reasonable considering that I have a different card to remove already. Have we done a perfected strike run yet? This year? The bot knows. No, we have not done a perfected strike deck this year. Let's do it. So I'd like to go to this store, giving us the potential to go to 2 shops. I also don't really want another floor with a curse. And I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. Also, there's a 4 elite path. I did not notice this at first. Juicy. Well, that's actually more reason to only go to 1 shop. 1, 2, 3 combats? No, let's go to 2 shops. Abacus Shrug It Off is here. Hand of Greed is here. Hand of Greed this early can be very nice. Is our Ek boss? We're fighting Slime Boss. It can be really, really nice. Or not. We're fighting Hexaghost. Interesting. The Hand of Greed. There's a fun little mini deck archetype you could try to work towards here with something like Rampage Evolve Abacus. I have no idea if that would work very well. I don't think it would. But I like the theme. Evolve gives you bonus draw in fights that add statuses. This gives you block whenever you shuffle. The Rampage, every time you play it, it's going to be better and better. So you just get down to a few cards and try to do Abacus Shrug Rampage things, and it works okay, maybe? Probably not that well. Certainly I wouldn't pay 88 gold for a Rampage. So, is it worth considering the Whetstone? Upgrade to 2 of our attacks. Upgrading Perfected Strike would be pretty cool. We're also all but forced to go to a second shop, so I'm cool spending almost nothing here. Although we probably should remove the curse. Feels like I want to do that. Maybe buy a 25 gold Shrug It Off. That's also very reasonable. But if we do that, we'll still have enough money at the next shop to afford any 1 card or any 1 common or shop relic. I'm down for that. We could also maybe consider buying a fire potion, particularly if I want to go 4 elites. But yeah, this is what I like doing. It seems like a nice choice, after all. Heck, we could even buy an uncommon relic at the next shop, too. Buying Hand of Greed and Whetstone together was not an unreasonable choice, actually. Pretty juicy, if you ask me. Let me go for the gray one here first. To bash defend. Heck yeah. 1 damage fight. Keeping the curse would have been a bit awkward, but yeah, Hand of Greed Whetstone was fun if we could afford that. Twin Strike. Alternately Shockwave's pretty hype. How's it going, Atmosphere? Welcome from the YouTube. Always a delight to see people finding their way here from there. On Flora Zero, my team, Hand of Greed or Apotheosis. Actually, depends on the character, I think. Ironclad, probably Hand of Greed. Most of the other characters, Apotheosis. Definitely on team, take the first Shockwave. Although in Act 1 it can be a bit unwieldy. Still really good against Lagavulin. I'm taking it. Feed. Alternately, Bag of Marbles or Chemical X are also pretty juicy. Well, not Chemical X, because we have no X-Cost cards, but you want it to be juicy in the future. As a power, Inflame is pretty reasonable. I think Power Potion's not bad either, if we want a potion for the Elite Gauntlet coming up. But it's definitely hard to turn down a Feed this early, that's for sure. That said, with what we have, I'm really liking a Bag of Marbles to apply vulnerable turn 1 to our opponents. Let's start with that. And I think I take a potion here. Could maybe purchase this Headbutt. I think the Headbutt is a reasonable card, especially with Shrug. It's just a question of how many cards we want to add to the deck. I think we'll get enough card rewards that we are not going to need to buy this. But I am going to buy this Power Potion for the Sentries fight. You'll see. Get him, Shockwave. Good work. Chonk. We'd also like to upgrade that Perfected Strike as soon as possible. Already hits pretty hard. Power through Flame Barrier and Sever Soul. Interesting. I'm definitely down for a Flame Barrier, especially with Hexaghost as a rack boss. It's a nice dense block card. Although we run up against a problem of too many 2-cost cards for now. With 3 energy per turn, it's awkward to draw them together because we'll have to choose one. I Negotiate with Terrorists, thanks for 28 months of support. And Adralore, thanks for 12 months, the full year. Still want to go for elites? You better believe it. Alright, Blue Slaver. Behold the Flame Barrier power. Etude. Definitely glad I bought a potion. Hello? Oof. Alright, we'll have to take some damage here, but that should be all. Okay, Fire Potion's great. Anger as a 0-cost attack is also pretty good. In particular when paired with the expensive stuff that's in this deck. Sure, I'll take an Anger. Can help against status card adders as well. We still want to upgrade this Perfected Strike? I think so. Need this to hit like a truck, especially with the vulnerable from the Shockwave. Alright, this is probably the fight for the Fire Potion. How's it going, Romanoff? Unfortunately, the Slay the Relics extension is out of commission at the moment. That's why the thingy no worky. Alright, we can at minimum Shrug Bash next turn. Fire Potion finishes it, so that makes a mere 6 damage fight for the Gremlin Knob if we commit this potion, which we will. Could also Flame Barrier Shrug, try to preserve the potion. Interesting possibility. Gremlin Knob would go to 24, we'll have 20 block. We only take 4 damage. Gremlin Knob is still vulnerable next turn, and with retaliatory damage from Flame Barrier, I can always still spend the potion. Let's spend the health to try to keep this potion. Although we are quite likely to get a new one. I really like this combo, especially for the next fight. Let's see if we can spend 4 health, keep the Fire Potion. We can. And we don't get a potion. We do get Paper Frog. Enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage. Well, heck, that is a amazing pairing for the Bag of Marbles that we just bought. And there's a second copy of Perfected Strike being offered to us. It's a match made in heaven. No need for Limit Break here. We don't have any strength. Didn't take that in Flame. Give me the P-Strike. Amazing findings. We're going to absolutely chop our way through 3 more elites very easily now. Our next 2 chests contain 2 relics, rather than this chest containing any relic. I actually like taking blue key over this a lot of the time, especially so that you can take the curse key as a 4th energy very comfortably. But this will reasonably pay off by the end of the run, so I'll take it. Let's get some more relics. I can't play Bash because the bag of marbles. Interesting. We'd like to play Shockwave. Let's wait. Does that make Curse Key safer? Because if we have the blue key, then we can simply skip all of the remaining chests in the run, choosing not to open them. But we still get to go to Act 4. 47 damage. Holy moly, that hits hard. I think this is where I use the Fire Potion. We can get a kill right now with the Fire Potion. I can block this turn, but next turn will be awkward. So yeah, I think that's a Fire Pot. Kerpow. Still no potion drop. We're at 80%. But we do get the Ancient Tea Set, giving us bonus energy on turn 1 after visiting a rest site. That's going to be very good with this bag of marbles, actually. Almost makes you want to take a bludgeon. Almost. This definitely wants to become a Snecko deck, doesn't it? I mean, one bludgeon can't hurt, right? To remove Transformer upgrade. Normally I would transform a strike here. It's less good with 2 P-strikes. What do we want to do here? I could upgrade something, nice and simple. Upgrade the bludgeon for +10, upgrade the other perfected strike is pretty good too. Could even upgrade Shockwave, expecting to need it against Hexaghost. Paper Frog Bludgeon Plus just does so much damage, though. Did we ever remove Bash? I don't think so, because the Paper Frog, too vulnerable for 2 energy, is actually kind of still worth it in some fights, namely Hexaghost. So yeah, let's upgrade the Bludgeon. Why not? Make it smash. If it's worth taking, it was worth upgrading. And we're going to have some hilarious turn 1s with it. That Bash does 14 damage. Thanks, Paper Frog. Bludgeon, hello? Bottled Flame! There it is. Alright, we bottled the Bludgeon Plus with Ancient Tea Set, Bag of Marbles, Paper Frog. Is that our 3rd limit break? Huh. Three limit breaks. If only that first shop had a brimstone in it. Let's bottle that bludgeon, though. We're praying for Snecko Eye. I'd actually take an event over an upgrade here. Upgrades seem good, though. We want to upgrade the other perfected strike, and, yeah, probably that shockwave, too. Let's do it. Also, we want Ancient Tea Set value. 90% potion chance. That's why you buy the potions. Although I don't feel like we're going to need this thing. Run has gone very wacky very quickly. Hello! Squish. And a bag of preparation. Now we draw more stuff on turn 1. Yeah, I've never seen that one before. Not even the Watcher imitation, right? We didn't even use the sleep turns against Lagavulin. We just killed Lagavulin on turn 1. Amazing. Just your average elite fight. Do I want to true get Carnage or Body Slam? Not really. We're gonna have full health for Hexaghost. Oops. My bad. Go Shockwave Bludgeon turn 1. Seems pretty good. I'm gonna use any potion against Hexaghost. It's gotta be a Thorn Spot, surely. Wish. And we drew Flame Barrier on the correct turn. My favorite sound effect in the game. Incoming. Easy. Poor Ghost. Never stood a chance. Let's do double defend here. Exact lethal. The dream. GG. 4 limit breaks. Unironically, an Immolate fits the deck pretty well. We have lots of big cards, and we love that. And we would love something that can hit everything at once rather than having to separately slap all of the little things that are in fights. So an Immolate's perfect to deal with stuff like Grim Leader and Collector. It's going to be absurdly damaging on turn 1 as well. Yeah, please, for the love of Sneck. I should have... That's why you skipped the Matryoshka! Ah! Anyway, I took Slaver's Collar. I don't want to skip chess for the rest of the run. Not when I don't have to. Let's just fight elites and nothing else and call it a day. Seems great to me. Oh, bonus points if all of our combats involve the Ancient Tea Set bonus. So actually, what if we just visit a whole bunch of rest sites and did very little else? And we can kind of cheat our way through Act 2. Why is Flame Barrier legally distinct from Thorns? Because it looks cooler. It's the only answer I have. Do you skip Matryoshka that often? I say that you should, because it lets you take the Curse Key. And that's exactly what we just found. So I should have skipped it, for the exact reason that I said beforehand that I should have skipped it. That's okay, though. Hadn't occurred to me that I wouldn't draw a kill here, huh? Guess we're just gonna shrug Flame Barrier? I should have used this potion after all. Dang. Well, fool me once. Ah, no potion. That's fine, then. Pummel Strike, Intimidate, or Headboot. I don't really want another card that's not upgraded. Pummel Strike is vaguely okay with 2 Perfected Strikes, but it's not even our best attack card, so I don't know. Kidding me, right? Oh no, we're 2 off. We're 2 off from a kill with Bludgeon turn 1. This is the fight for the Essence of Steel, then. We'll take it slow. As slow as is reasonably possible. Hopefully this is better than just taking all the damage on turn 1. I'm not sure it was. Could have just taken 21 and won the fight. He chose to do this instead, and I think this was better. Alright, good talk. Feel no pain. Don't actually exhaust very much. Thunderclap Plus is kind of cool. At least it would be if I didn't have a Shockwave Plus. Bolt Vanderhuge, thanks for 10 months. There are 10 kinds of people in the world, those who understand binary and those who don't. How's it going, Vito? We settled on a soup. Chickpea fritters. A spaghetti dish. And a couple other tasty ones. The anti-curse relic. Not sure what would be the anti-curse relic amongst what we have here. You're talking about Omamori, we don't have that. We have a bottled flame and some other stuff. But there's no Omamori here. Oh yeah, the Matryoshka. This is also not Omamori. This will double the output of the next 2 chests. So that's why I skipped the Cursed Key, is because this relic makes me want to open treasure chests, because they're going to have 2 relics inside. But the Cursed Key gives us curses if I do that. So not only are we out the penalty of the Cursed Key, we also have to waste this relic too. It's a double whammy. Hence the Slaver Scholar. Stack would super take a corruption. I'll take 1 Feel No Pain. It's a little early for a Feel No Pain, but we're doing it. The Galaxy Brain plays. Why didn't I think about this? Offer Matryoshka. Lose out on 2 future relics to gain more rare cards instead. We could also give up the Ancient Tea Set, although quite frankly, I like the Ancient Tea Set quite a lot. Amazing. Just amazing. How did we even get here? We're gonna give up the Matryoshka, I think. Extra rare cards is gonna be amazing. One, this deck would love Offerings, or Corruption, or another Bludgeon. Actually don't need a second Immolate, we already got that crossed off the list, but there's other possibilities that are nearly endless. Give me the gift in law. Could have had 4 limit breaks with Red Skull or Sling of Courage. Self-Forming Clay can be a very, very good relic. Gain 3 block whenever we lose health on the next turn. Nice value creator, especially during the heart fight. Bit expensive, though. Wouldn't mind some extra strength during elite fights, especially if I'm going to face several of them. Although we might be just fine. We're going to have 4 energy per turn in those fights. And possibly more on turn 1. I think this might be one of those situations where this is overkill. Sure, we could buy this and kill elites easily, but if we can kill elites easily without it, we shouldn't bother spending any money on it. The relic we get from that event triples our chance of finding rare cards from combat rewards. It's a special item given to you only by the event there in Loth. Maybe I should have introduced him a bit more thoroughly. He's pretty uncommon to see, and even more uncommon to actually get the gift. Secret weapon. Actually. With the Feel No Pain, I could see it. Bit expensive, but it's not bad. Assuming we don't find a Snecko Eye. Yeah, not terrible. Definitely one of those cards we're going to want to get in duplicate at some point, and this could be a good opportunity to make it happen. The Mastery Challenge is definitely going to see us purchasing more rare cards at shops. For sure. There's another shop coming up this act, though, actually, so I think what I'll do is save my money. All of it. Not even going to buy a remove. Nah, I'm going to buy 1 remove. Maxim2K, thanks for the 9 months of support. Yes, removing a strike. Despite the perfected strikes. This is why you don't take Cursed Key. Alright, we get a oh wait, no, the Matryoshka! No, it's gone! Alright, that's fine though. We get +1 dexterity. Or the blue key. Take the 1 dex. Only we could have seen that in a different order, like used up the Matryoshka and then given it away to in-law, but this is mostly fine. Mostly fine. Next boss is Collector. We definitely want this Immolate upgraded. Definitely. Alright. 6 energy on turn 1 versus the Book of Stabbing, who is rolling 24 on turn 1. How rude. Bonk. And I guess I'll block for 9. Alright, pretty okay turn 1. I do say so myself. And then you're dead. The damage. Get +1 strength to go with our +1 dexterity. What a lovely pairing. And In-Law's Gift says 2 extra rare cards have been generated already. That means we're looking at 2 rare cards here and another perfected strike. How adorable. Oh, man. That's funny. Are rare cards actually more difficult to master? We have more rare cards mastered than commons or uncommons. I think the uncommons are going to be particularly tricky. But we should grab the first corruption. Feels right to me. We're going to be able to grab Imperviodes going forward, amongst other things. Definitely make it 2 cost, though. You're very expensive, corruption. The Koye. Glad we saved our money. Now the merchant restocks and is 20% discounted. If this is not a combat, which it isn't, then we're able to do the thing. Didn't take Self-Forming Clay. We could take the Warped Tongs Relic here, which upgrades a random card in our hand every turn. Although more often lately, I'm preferentially just upgrading a card of my choosing and calling it a day. I like getting the Feel No Pain upgraded here, in particular. You'll get through it, Painzor, just trying to keep a stiff upper lip. Strengths to 12. 75. Oh, that's so close, but not quite. I think we look at the card on top first. Alright, nothing special. So probably just Feel No Pain, Shockwave, kill the Fat Gremlin, take a little bit of damage here. Actually, take 0 damage, right? No, that's even better. Take nothing. Ah. Strike twice if I wanted to, but I don't know why I would. Alright, we're very likely to draw Immolate next turn, so let's just leave the Shield Gremlin alive. Hit the leader here. Maybe wanted to use a Power Potion in this fight. Perfect. Nice fight. 4 extra rare cards. Feed and double tap. Double tap with corruption and all these huge attacks is kind of insane, actually. I think the feed will be difficult to land. Give me double tap. as well as an ink bottle, which will draw many cards. Prismatic Shard is here. As is another Perfected Strike. Champ's Belt. Whenever you apply Vulnerable, also apply 1 weak. That is essentially like buying the red mask, as we'll now activate weakness with the Bank of Marbles. That's kind of cool. If we're fighting Champ, it might be worth it just to challenge him proper like. What about removing Bash? I still think it's something we're going to want. First time we run into an enemy with artifact layers, we're really going to appreciate Double Tap Bash. How does Necronomicon and Double Tap work? 2 doublings is a tripling. Or you can think of each effect as 1 additional card play. You will play it 3 times. It's pretty cool. I'm going to buy this. Man, there's a strawberry underneath. Do we want another Perfected Strike? Signs point to yes. And 1 less regular strike? Signs point to probably. Okay, that'll work. Could take an event here instead of a combat. Might as well, huh? It's a Snecko. Snecko, please bless my run with your eye. Thanks. These aren't Ironclad cards. Cloak and Dagger is kind of interesting. With Feel No Pain Plus, actually, this is kind of absurd. Also Corruption. I mean, yeah, give me a Cloak and Dagger Plus. It's a lot of block. And upgrade this too, I suppose. Could also consider upgrading Flame Barrier or maybe even the Bash. We could also Rest or Recall. I'm actually down to Recall here. Let's do that. Let's Recall. Need more options next act. I was worried we might get Shockwave turn 1. It's going to make Immolate a little less useful. Maybe we'll just be able to double tap it though. Seems fine. Definitely not going to not play the Shockwave with our energy here. How about the Power Pot? Do we want to use it? Snack Packs, thanks for 13 months. The Baker's Dozen. Can we master cards off character? We sure can. The rules of the challenge allowed it. So far, we have mastered Carnage on the Watcher already. Yeah, I'll do it. This is still pretty good. Alright, a little bit of extra help. Alright, no double tapped Immolate, unfortunately. But I can absolutely slap, so let's start with that. Even play this twice. 24 more damage or block 6. Another 24. Let's go very aggro. Yeah, that should be a kill next turn. GG. Sliced to pieces. Limit break number 5. Thunder Strike makes our Perfected Strikes better. Or we could just take a Master of Strategy, which seems like a pretty cool card. Definitely the best pick, objectively speaking. 0 cost, draw 3, fantastic. Even if we get a Snecko Eye, the corruption will override and it'll be free. Just way too good. Give me that. Aha! It happened, Twitch chat. The double snap pick boss relic run. We are now a Snecko Deco with corruption, bludgeon, and 3 perfected strikes. What a day. What a day. That means we draw 2 more cards each turn. So base 7 draw per turn. But we're confused. All of our cards are random cost. That's 0, 1, 2, or 3 cost with equal probability, mind you. And that's rather exploitable, as it turns out. Nice 4 Elite Path, heck yeah. And we get early events. I love Act 3 events because some of them are so juicy. I might even take 999 gold with the courier. Yeah, I would. I'm a sucker. Cool, let's do this then. Characters Snecko best on? I think Ironclad is probably the best Snecko character by far. Ironclad's 3 cost cards are so good that simply being able to play 2 of them in the same turn is often game-breaking. Watcher can be a very good Snecko character too, but I really feel like Clad does it better than anyone. The champ of Bonk. So we can just do choop, choop, bonk. Great fight. Skewer's kind of interesting. Such a confusing relic. Defect can definitely break Snecko very well also, but with a specific set of cards. But I feel like Ironclad just has so many different cards that work with Snecko spectacularly. Why does Ironclad now have an orb slot? That's the effect of the Prismatic Shard, the shop relic that we bought. It's also why we're seeing cards that are not of the Ironclad anymore. Since we could pick up defect cards, we're also offered the ability to have an orb slot. Have to lose a card, immolate, corruption, or shrug. Sorry, shrug it off. Actually, you're a really important card, aren't you? Bummer. Yeah, see you later, shrug. Not losing corruption, that's for sure. Alright, those events have been swing and a miss for the most part. But here's the good one. Glowing Tesseract offers us colorless cards galore, and this is potentially huge for us. Well, maybe not. That's also a bit of a swing and a miss. I could... Didn't we already master Purity? I feel like we did. Yes, we did. So I can't even do that. Dark Shackles is pretty good. Don't think Panache does much. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Could take 2 deep breaths here, although those are definitely pretty sad on their own. They're okay once Corruption's in play. I'm just going to take the Dark Shackles and take the card that I think will actually be useful here. Another average combat. Low-cost skills. To take some block cards. Almost want to take this Deflect Plus. I'm going to do it. It's not a very good card, but we just need corruption fuel, essentially. Bonk. Note how I'm just ignoring the minions now in all of these various fights and just going straight for the boss creature. It's pretty good. Boop. Dead Branch. Also, 5th rare card. Alpha. Corruption Alpha with Snecko Eye. Let's do it. It's a skill. Adds a beta into the draw pile. Beta's a skill. Adds an omega, which is normally a 3-cost power. Snecko Eye makes it a random cost power that says deal 50 damage to all enemies every turn. And yeah, you better believe I'm taking the stick. What made me pick up the Prismatic Shard? A quest for fun. Is primarily what I'm looking for when I pick this thing up. If you give it the opportunity to surprise you, it really can. There's some very cool cross-class interactions you can find. Is it a strategically sound decision most of the time? No. But it doesn't need to be. Not playing further attacks here as I don't want to change what this enemy was doing there. Chopped to bits. Discovery Plus. Also pretty hype here. We could have had double discovery. We've already had a run with that, though. Regardless, it is a sweet card. It's a skill that gives us a choice of new cards, and then that new card is free. So it's quite an efficiency generator. This can make free powers and attacks for us. I like it quite a lot. Starting to like now that we have Dead Branch, Elixir is very good. Cultist Pot versus Block Pot feels like 1 strength per turn no longer does much of anything for us. So I don't have any need for that. Do I want to make the Alpha innate? I don't think it matters that much. Let's keep upgrading the Perfected Strikes. Why not? The unupgraded version of Discovery has the Exhaust keyword on it. Since we're using Corruption, which will add the Exhaust keyword to all skills, it's going to have it anyway. Not much of a difference, really. Yep. Pretty average turn 1. Get a Dreamcatcher. And a Claw? No, I'm not taking a Claw. Crippling Cloud is too weak to all enemies, and a little bit of poison doesn't feel that good either. No need for any of this. What's the shop got? A Dolly's Mirror is what it has. This is it, Twitch chat. And the second Feel No Pain to boot. Double Alpha. Ah! Now this is a run. And yeah, I do want a second Feel No Pain. Alright, we still have to win the run. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult, but, you know, Inspire, anything can happen. Actually, this will let me play it. Alright, Bludgeon's 2 costs. I don't know what I was thinking. Doesn't matter. Alright, I feel like we have to deploy Alpha, Beta, Omega, if possible here. It's not enough to just win regular-like. We're an Alpha, Beta, Omega deck, we gotta use it. Otherwise, what separates us from the animals, you know? Shuffle an Omega into the draw pile. Ink Bottle? Draw me a card, please. Why, yes, that is the card I wanted. 0 cost Omega. Thanks. The power. 7 extra rare cards. Tools of the trade and immolate are here. Tantrum, by the way. Don't think I want a tantrum. Master tools of the trade. Don't think so. I've already got immolate crossed off the list, so I'm not obliged to grab the second one here. I'll skip. This is about what I expected to see from this shop. One final elite. What did you do? What didn't I do? What didn't I do? Free barricade? Don't mind if I do. Clash value. $189 damage. The bludgeoning. Omega. Double Omega. Amazing. Just amazing. Keep these potions. The best alpha deck of all time. It's true. Unequivocally so. First boss is going to be Time Eater. Better count our cards here. 1. 2. 3. It's going to hurt a bit. Plus, I'm going to play this bludgeon on your face, aren't I? I are. Appropriate time to use the block potion. But not necessary. We'll leave it. This looks a bit better. Feel no pain, Dark Shackles will be enough to block. Go to the next turn. Okay, this is a little tricky, actually. This is a reasonable time to use the block potion now. Corruption on the bottom, unfortunately, as well as the shockwave, has led to some difficult situation. But I like Feel No Pain, Defend, Beta, Block Potion here. Actually, maybe wanted to take a bit more because of meat on the bone? Corruption, what are you doing? Can't play the Omega this way, but we'll get this Alpha down. No point in playing Discovery. Alright, Corruption on the bottom is not the worst thing in the world. By any means. So we'd like to take about 4 more damage, if possible. It'll be a little difficult with Feel No Pain 8, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Okay, here's our Omega. This is the first one. This is taking 4 damage. Sounds good to me. Beautiful. Now meat on the bone is active. And you are getting bonked. Twice. Ish. Double. Omega. Restore your health all you want. It won't save you from 100 damage per turn. Easy. Squish. Alright, and a very reasonable health total for the second boss. We can buy a new potion from the Act 4 shop if necessary. I am not sure how necessary it will be. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play that right now. This might actually be a slight problem. Only time will tell. We do have the elixir in case things get really ugly and we end up with a hand of 7 attack cards that I can't do anything with. That seems likely to be sufficient. One more, please. Make it number 1. Look at that block total. Easy. Keep this defend for later. Omega's gonna kill this nerd, although we do need to do 1 damage. I guess the Flame Bird will suffice, huh? I'm not gonna play the Immolate. This is the spooky part. I think I'd rather kill next turn than this turn. Yeah, perfect. I can play the demon form if I want to, and I do. Also, I might draw a block. Maybe. Not that there's really a need to draw. There is no block to draw. The good news is we have 2 more health than necessary, so I think we should just win the fight and not waste our potion here. I'll get a card reward for resting anyway. At the beginning of the next act. Block card. Easy. Incorrect attack order, though. That's fine. Get him, Omega. Setting ink bottle to 9 here. GG. Beautiful. 2 thump, 2 thump, 2 thump. A deep pulsing dread could be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of this Greek alphabet soup? Ready your belly, dealing 2385. Have I been here before? Joseph Ellis, thanks for the 2 months in the Prime sub. been hearing a lot about this Packmaster mod, and it seems like there's shoutouts to various streamers within it, from what little I've seen of it. Might be something we have to take a look at next time the sub bar below my face fills up. Should be pretty soon. Community support has been absurd last couple weeks. We're resting. We talked about this. We need health, and I want the card reward. And I have no good upgrades. Could have had triple deep breath. Honestly, this is more corruption fuel. I will allow it. Can't afford the second master strategy, though it did appear to us. Pretty okay with a liquid memories or a liquid bronze. If I could afford barricade, I'd rather do that. That's your blood. You know, I once asked my dad what my blood type was, but I could never get a straight answer out of him. He just kept telling me over and over to be positive. Not a great opening draw here. Eric keeps asking what LGBTQIA plus means, but nobody ever gives them a straight answer. Did you hear about the fire at the circus? It was intense. So we'll draw a card the first time I play a card here. And we also have Master Strategy, which can draw more cards and then exhaust, creating another new card. No double tap in hand. No way to make anything vulnerable, other than maybe using the liquid memories. I'm not 100% certain who I should be targeting first here. Well, I like the idea of using Bash to make Dark Shackles available on the spear. Okay. Let's start with that. There's double tap, of course. Okay, so now I can do fancy things with the liquid memories, because we can double tap Bash Bludgeon for how much damage? Bash does... Where's the discard pile? Here. 9 damage base. So I have to do paper frog math here. 9 times 1.75 is equal to 15. So it's going to be 9 plus 15 damage initially. And then we've established that bludgeon does 75 twice. So plus 150 equals 174 damage. Yeah. Time to glug. 9 cards in hand? Yes, 9 cards in hand. Double tap. Double bash. Double bludgeon. We could have also done double tap, bludgeon, liquid memories, the bludgeon, bludgeon again, which would have been 43 times 4, which is actually not enough damage to kill. Or no, it's 172. That is enough to kill, but it would have been slightly less than the line we did. Very nice. Very nice. Right, I suppose I'll defend with the deflect here. This enemy won't attack me next turn. Gives me time to find my corruption. Yeah, that's 172 without vulnerable, to be clear. No vulnerable required. You. Be weak and vuln. It's 30 block. We can easily kill it with the bludgeon and another decent attack card. Or I can try to discover something. Let's just take the bludgeon back. Yeah, bludgeon immolate should be enough, yeah? Yeah, that's just a kill. Straightforward and simple. Gonna go ahead and do some corruption things just to set Ink Bottle to a higher number before the heart fight. Every little advantage counts, after all. Get a pantograph, healing us to full immediately prior to the heart. We're offered a Heatsink's Carnage Eviscerate. Heatsinks are fun. Not really necessary, but kind of fun here. We won't take it. All right. We have full health, we have an elixir, and we have, of course, Dead Branch Corruption as we go into the heart fight with double alpha. What an Ironclad run. Let's go. Twitch chat. We drew Corruption turn 1, and it's free. Don't think it gets much better than that. I'm certainly not going to not play it. Could try to block first. I'll keep this Flame Barrier around. Keep my health at full here. Alright, now draw 2. Okay. Discover an Exhume. Lets me get back anything from the exhaust pile. There's some fun options in there. Alright, this I'll play. More alpha! That'd be ridiculous. Why would I exhume alpha when I could exhume beta? And destroy all this. Limit break. Oh man, barricade. Is there any way? Well, I'll take the feel no pain. That seems pretty good. Put this in play as well. Alright, pretty excellent turn 1 versus Heart. We did full 200 damage. It's debuffed with weak and vuln. We got many powers set up. And there are 2 Omegas in the draw pile. Which are now in my hands. Seems pretty good. Oh. Now there are 3 Omegas in my hands. Can only play 2 of them, though. This is a good time to use the elixir. Oh. Now there are 4 Omegas. Go ahead and play this. I'm not even done making Omegas. Or barricades. Gotta let Omega do all the damage, it only seems fair. Not again. Yeah, energy generation. Oh, embarrassing. I guess we can only benefit from 4 of them anyway, alright? There it is. 200 damage per turn. Kerblam. GG, Mr. Hart. GG. Amazing. GG. What an absurd run. And an equally unlikely way to achieve mastery of the Alpha card. Thanks to Dolly's Mirror. What a wild one. Hot nonsense yet again as a result of our mastery challenge. So thrilled to see the kinds of runs we're able to come up with. Bistorable, thanks for 3 full years of support. Much love. And Palada EX, thank you for 9 months. Closing in on that 1 full year. Heck yeah. What a silly time. How much health could the Heart have had and we still win with that deck? Not as much as you'd think. Maybe another 800 or so. But we don't actually stay alive that long. We're going to run out of block eventually. Even with Dead Branch Corruption, eventually you'll end up with just attacks and skills. Attacks and powers that don't do anything. And the Heart will shred through a couple hundred accumulated block really fast. So far, our win rate's been better than expected. I still think we're averaging well above half of our runs being won. We're definitely getting short streaks, although we're having the occasional loss. There's definitely more green than red in the run history. Klein Dome, thanks for 18 months of support and the Prime sub. Heck yeah, a year and a half. So excited to see what Silent comes up with. Can't believe we never actually got 2 Bludgeons, though. Yeah, so excited to see what Silent comes up with. Will it be another Kunai run, or will something even more absurd occur?